So today's jargon term, it's time for the jargon of the day. Today's jargon term is one that's a relatively new term, and that's an RBT. And many of you are running into this term more and more because your insurance got involved with this term. And whenever insurance get involved and suddenly you don't have therapy because you don't have an RBT, and you go, all right, wait a second, what is an RBT and why is this messing up my therapy? So let's take a look at what our actual definition, now that we're in alphabet land, my favorite place to be, not. An RBT is a registered behavior technician. Oh, goody. Doesn't that sound dry? Doesn't it sound like you just ate a bunch of crackers and now your mouth is dry? Registered behavior technician. There's nothing warm and fuzzy about this. I remember when the industry was figuring out what they were going to call this. And I was like, please don't call them technicians. It's just so wrong. But, I was not listened to on this. So it is registered behavior technician. So, and you notice that a lot of times now we used to call them therapists. The people who would do ABA with our kiddos and our teens and adults, we called them therapists. Well, that got confusing because everybody thought, oh, you're laying on a couch and you're talking to them about, the fact that your mother didn't give you what you wanted for your 10th birthday. No. So that didn't work. So we had to go to something else, and they came up with technician. Yes. I can guarantee you the person who came up with this had lots and lots of letters after their name and had never watched an episode of Friends, right? Technician is not warm and fuzzy. However, it's what insurance liked too. And we live in the land of insurance. So, okay, but that's what it is. But what does this actually mean to you, and why is it so important? So let's take a look at our working definition. A registered behavior technician is an individual who has been certified to show that they understand the basic tenets of applied behavior analysis. So if somebody goes, and right now, every ABA company in the world is hiring. If you are looking for a job, there are jobs available. And if you like working with kids, woohoo. Now, every ABA company doesn't train the same as other companies, but they need to give you a little bit of training. And what a lot of companies do will give a certain amount of training, and then they'll say, we want you to go and get your RBT. And so the RBT, people can go, and the first step of it is that they take an online e-learning class that's paced at their own pace. I'll tell you where the best one is in just a minute. But so they take this class about what do I need to know about applied behavior analysis. And then after that, you have to take a test to show that you not only took the class, but that you understand it and can implement it. And it's a good test. I've taken it, by the way, passed, yes. But it's a good test because it doesn't just test, do you know the information? It tests to see if you can utilize the information in circumstances that weren't given to you. I like that kind of a test. Okay. So then an RBT, in order to get that RBT designation, they have to work with a mentor, and they have to do a certain number of hours of working with individuals doing ABA. All right. Now I'm going to tease that later on in the week, we have another term, which is a BCAT, which is a board certified autism technician. And we'll talk about what that is, I think, on Thursday. Maybe not. I don't know. So let me just say this. The difference between an RBT and a BCAT is that you can be an RBT and know absolutely nothing about autism. You know how to apply the tenets of ABA, but you don't necessarily, there is no requirement to understand about autism. Doesn't that seem odd to you? It seems odd to me. So the BCAT is a certification that is very similar, that you take a class and you test and mentorship and hours, but you have to also know about autism. It's very autism specific. Can you use ABA for autism? Which to me makes more sense. So insurance companies, though, at the time that they were making the determination, I think that there were more ways to get registered behavior technician certification. And so a lot of times your insurance will say, we're going to fund ABA for you, but we're only going to fund if someone has this amount of training for RBT. Some insurance will say we'll take an RBT or a BCAT because that makes sense, right? And a very few insurance companies will say, no, we're going to require a BCAT. So I promised I was going to give you a training that actually covers both. That if you take this training, you are set to take the test for the RBT or the BCAT. It gives you both all in one class. So save time, money, learn everything you need to learn. Thanks for watching Autism Live. If you found anything helpful in this video, please give us a like. In fact, make sure that you smash that subscribe button on YouTube and give us a like on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram for important updates. And please download our free podcast wherever you get your podcasts. See you next time. Until then, give your kiddos a hug from me and one for you too. Bye-bye for now. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.